Get ready with me as we talk about hair growth and I share some hair growth tips and the real reason why I believe my hair has taken off in growth. Let's get into the video. I just want this to feel like we're on FaceTime. So go get your favorite snack, pull out your hair tools, do your hair with me, and let's talk about hair and hair growth because I get so many questions on this topic. So let's just get into it. So let me just start by saying it's not overnight. It definitely is a process. I've been on my hair journey since 2014, I want to say, because that's when I decided to go natural. So I feel like that's when it all began for me, the journey of hair. I always got my hair done. I always felt like I loved my hair and its texture, even when I was getting perms. And I always felt like my hair grew then, even though now I know that when I had perms, it would only grow to a certain length and stop. And it really was not long when I look back on pictures. But yeah, it definitely isn't overnight. So it's 2025 and I've been on this journey since 2014. So yeah. But I know that one of the main things that led to my hair just taking off in growth is consistency. And that's something that everybody can do. And it's going to look different for everybody, you know, like products and things like that. That looks different. But consistency is something that we all can do. When I really got serious about my hair journey, that's when I started seeing a change in my hair. When I really said I'm going to focus on it and I'm going to make sure I'm doing all the right things to get to the goal that I want to get with it. So consistency is everything. I have a strict schedule and I stick to it. There's no taking breaks and going months and months without doing my hair. That is just not something that I do. I can't even imagine doing that. I feel like the last time I did that was when I was pregnant. Every time I got pregnant, and I have 3 kids if you don't know, hair was the least of my concern. I couldn't even function. So between the times of being pregnant, I have been very consistent with my hair. Well, just thinking about that, I was wearing wigs. I had to go get it braided. I could not even deal with it. I remember with my son, I braided my hair up backwards. I didn't care if it was cute. I didn't care what it looked like. And I just put a wig on every day. No effort. Like, it was just... Pregnancy is a whole nother story. That's for a whole nother video. But because I have been consistent, I am seeing fullness, shine. My ends aren't breaking off. I'm retaining length. What else? Like, I'm able to wear styles that I never even thought I would be able to wear. I'm like, this is a whole new world that I've entered. Is this the right color? Oh, I meant to use a darker one, but this one will do. It's so amazing how your hair will just start thriving as long as you keep showing up for it and you put in the time that it takes to get there consistently. I also used to just buy every single product that came out. I had a closet full, I can see it right now, of all of my hair products that I would just buy because I always wanted to find what worked for my hair, which is normal. Like, you have to do that. Don't get me wrong, you have to find what works. But I was just trying new stuff every week. And if there was a new commercial out or a new ad or I saw something marketed on social media where it was for, you know, natural hair, I was buying it. I had everything. I'm talking about conditioners, shampoos, gels, creams, all of the things. I had it. But what I have come to learn on this journey is that hair growth is not only coming from what's in the bottle, but in your habits. Because you can have all the right products, but if you're not using them consistently the way they're supposed to be used, you won't see the right results. So if you know anything about me, I keep it simple. So if that's what you like, you're going to love it here because that's all I do. I don't use different products and things like that. It's very rare that I do that. And it has to really be intriguing for me to want to try something different because once I've found what's worked, there's really no reason for me to switch it up or change it. Or I'm trying not to do that because I found that it doesn't really get you anywhere. It's not giving your hair time, first of all, to see if it likes it. And then I'm just not in that phase of life anymore where I want to just keep trying a whole bunch of things. I'm at the point where I have found what works, what I like, and that's just what I've been sticking to. And ever since I've been doing that with my hair, I found out that my hair likes that. I found out that my hair does not need a whole bunch of new things. It needs consistency. It's consistently getting water. It's consistently getting deep conditioned. It's consistently getting the care and the protection that it needs day in and day out. And that's what's making it grow. And let's talk about some of the stuff that nobody wants to hear, which is the stuff that we need to hear. And that is water. Drinking water, your diet, that matters too. And I didn't even realize during my journey that that is one of the main things that I've incorporated and could be like the key to my hair growing faster and longer than I ever knew it could. Because about, I want to say, how many years has it been now? It's been about 3 years, because after I had my daughter, sugary drinks I just couldn't do anymore. They were making me feel jittery. I didn't like the way they made me feel at all. And I was like, no. It happened enough times for me to completely cut it out. And I just started drinking water. And that's where we've been to this day. I don't drink any of the sugary drinks. And if I drink anything else, I'll just like substitute like a hot drink, like tea or something like that. I'll just substitute the sugar with honey. And I'm always just constantly drinking water. And right now I'm on a fitness challenge and I have to at least drink 4 cups of water a day. Now I know that's not a lot, but I also drink like sparkling water, but I'm not counting the sparkling water. It's pure water. And I found that since I have to have at least 4 a day, I'm drinking even more than that sometimes. So water is my best friend. So yes, protecting your ends, period, is something that you're going to have to do, because everyone's hair grows. Your hair is growing, but it might be breaking off. And that is the main thing you want to make sure you're doing. I mean, period. I was getting ready to say if you just want healthy hair, but I'm just saying you don't want your ends breaking off, period, for a healthy journey, for length, retention. That is something that I definitely learned really, really quick. Oh, so I've been on my journey since 2014, but that is not when I was taking the best care of my hair. I was still doing very damaging things to it, like bleaching it. I would do wash and goes and things like that, and I was still trying to figure out how to not let my hair dry out, because your hair needs moisture and stuff like that to grow. I was still trying to figure out my hair. I would make sure I was washing my hair and, doing those things. I feel like I've been pretty good with consistency with my hair, but I always didn't make the right choices. And I'm talking about really bleaching my hair. I would not do that because bleaching is horrible for your hair. My hair has been every color, literally orange, red, purple, brown, tried to get blonde, all of the colors. And I cut all of that out. Like, I was like, no. I do dye my hair though. I dye my hair jet black, and I've been doing that for the longest, and I don't see any damage that way. But lightening my hair, whew, it was cute for the moment, and then months later I'm like, where's my hair? It's breaking off. It was dry, it was brittle, it was all the things. So make sure you protect your ends. So in 2020 I was like, I'm gonna start my journey all over again, and I chopped my hair off to like my shoulders. I had like a bob. And if you look at any of my older videos where me and my husband did videos, we were talking about Jesus, faith videos, you can see kind of my journey through those, because I had bob length hair and it was a really cute style. But I went in the bathroom and I was like, I'm going to start this all over. I'm going to chop my hair. And I went in there and I chopped it, and I saw this like healthy chunk of hair, and I was like, I can't cut anymore. So I stopped there, and let me tell you, after I did that, my hair took off. So I know that there's something to trimming, getting the dead ends off, and seeing growth. That's what God does with us. He prunes us, He trims us, and He's trying to help us. And once we are pruned or trimmed, we flourish. That's the same thing that happens with our hair. So that's very important. Even if you don't do a major trim, searching for any split end and getting it out of the way, and then I'll do my major trims about 2 to 3 times throughout the year. So, but in all honesty, talking about Jesus, He is the one that really made me see success in my hair journey. Prayer over my hair, wisdom, prayer for wisdom to lead me to the right products so that I don't have to just try everything, and just really faith in God and telling Him what I want it in life. And this doesn't just apply to your hair. This is in every area of your life. I know I talk about hair on these type of videos, but these principles are just for life in itself. Believing for Him to help you in every area of your life, and just telling Him you need help. and he will really give you the help and the wisdom. That's what he's done with my hair. So you'll see on all my videos, I say pray over your hair, confess life over your hair. There's so much power in your words, and you have what you say. So you will always hear me saying, my hair is growing, my hair is flourishing, my hair is long, my hair is the healthiest it's ever been. My hair is growing so fast. And that's not out of pride, that's out of confession and speaking life and calling those things that are not as though they are, faith in every area of my life. So I just love that. Let me stop for a second and spray this so I don't spray it in my mouth. Don't want to do that. So there's so much beauty in the process. Enjoy the process. Let me stress that to you. Enjoy the process. Even when I think back on all of the different stages of my hair growth journey, they're like fond memories. I was using one of the products that I used to use in my curly days on my daughter, and it brought back the best feeling because this whole process has really been fun. I've enjoyed my hair in every stage, and I've just seen God, just work miraculously in my hair, and I'm able to use my hair even as a testimony of his goodness, and I just love that so much. So where you're at, enjoy the moment, because you're going to be looking back and being like, man, those were the days, and just not getting frustrated and really letting the Lord talk to you, letting him give you wisdom, and just enjoying life and where you're at. Life is a vapor, so you have to enjoy every moment of it. So yeah, if you take anything from this video, take Jesus. And I'm also stressing consistency, and I always list what I use. I try to tag it in the video or it's in my description down below. And if you are new here, I want to ask you to subscribe, because I know that this is the most beautiful community here on YouTube. Why? Because you guys really are the most beautiful, supportive, encouraging friends that I could ever ask for, and I thank you for all the support, all the comments, and everything. We're learning together here. So leave your comments, leave your suggestions, leave your love, leave your encouragement. That's what we are all here for. And I hope this is what you get from all of my videos. That is my goal, is to give Jesus in every video that I do. Share his light and love. And that's what I want here. Love, a loving community. And if you like this little chat, let me know down in the comments what you want to talk about: faith, makeup, beauty, hair. Let me know what you want to hear about next. What's one thing that's helped your hair to grow, or what's one thing that you need to be more consistent with? And here is the finished look. I love how it came out. Just a really simple base and a red lip. I've been wanting to do that so bad lately, and we did it, friend, really, really quick. I don't know why it is when I go faster, I feel like my makeup comes out better. Anybody else? And always remember, I love you, Jesus loves you, and I will see you on my next video. Bye, friend.